Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Shah, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Shah, Barakat Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rekal Kadash, Call Layim La Yah Bashim Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect and the sincere Akim, pushing his word, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And the brother Mayam, and I'm coming to you with a testimony of a dream I had about persecution. It started out in L.A. with the brother Elder Mawatazak and the priest Micah Allah, and we were standing in a big parking lot overlooking the city of L.A. And I've never been to L.A. before, and I was telling Elder Mawatazak how impressed I was with the city and how big it was. So we decided to walk back to the brother Micah Allah apartment to get something to eat. And when we got in there, it was other brothers from the camp that was in there, and I don't know their name, but I know their faces. And one of the brothers was cutting up some vegetables, so I decided to wash the dishes. And as I was washing the dishes, Elder Mawatazak came over, and he quoted the scripture, John 14:26, about how the Lord was going to send a comforter. He was going to remind us of all things. And then I quoted the scripture, 1 Corinthians 14:32, about the spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets. And Elder Mawatazak, he looked at me, he was like, "You're right, brother." So I decided to go outside and look at just go outside, because I'd never been to the city before. And as I was walking out, the brother from the Chicago camp, I don't know the blood brother name. I know what his page is, teach what was taught. He walked in, and I walked past him. I greeted him, and as I was leaving out his house, it ended up being like on a high-rise building, and he had like a open deck out there with all this beautiful furniture out there, and he had like two cougars running around. They was playing with the other brothers out there. So I got bit by a dog when I was a child, so I got like a fear of dogs. But for some reason, I didn't fear the cougars. When I went outside, it was more brothers from the Chicago camp, and they was across the street talking. And I went over there and greeted them, and I started telling them how we get news reports in the news every day about how bad the city of Chicago is, and how you can't stand in groups because somebody come past in a SUV and shoot you up or whatever. And one of the brothers was telling me it's not that bad. It's just one part of the city that's bad. So we went back in the house, and I went and I sat in a chair, and the brother's wife was sitting across from me, and she had 3 kids, and she was on the computer teaching them something on the computer, and the cougar came and jumped on me and was playing with me. And I asked the sister, I asked her would the cougar bite me? She was like, "No, he's not going to bite you. That's how he play with people, brothers." So the Apostle Tahar came in, and he had red pants on with a black and red shirt, and he had a whole bunch of keys in his hand, and he looked young and lively. So I was like, "Shalom, y'all, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Barakatah," and I was happy because I was thinking to myself, like, I'm about to hold camp with the brothers. It's gonna be beautiful. A unity camp with the brothers. We all got the same doctrine. It's gonna be beautiful. That's the thoughts that was running through my head in the dream. And then right at the other Apostle Sahar walked out the back door, it got dark, and it started raining outside. And I looked out the window, and I saw a whole bunch of people walking out with black umbrellas. And then we heard a knock on the door, and one of the brothers went to open the door up, and 2 figures was in the door. It was an Edomite cop, and he had a gun in the front of his waist, and I noticed the gun. And then it was a brother from my neighborhood that I grew up with, and I thought to myself, like, why he here? He not supposed to be amongst us. He's a damn criminal. So then I was like, yo, he told on us. So I decided to run out the back door, but I had a t-shirt and some shorts on and socks, and it was cold and raining outside. So when I went outside, I ran down the alleyway, and I looked, and I saw the cops was down on one side waiting for anybody that came out the back door. So I ran down the other side of the alleyway, and there was more cops on the other side waiting. So I looked, and it was an abandoned building, and I broke the window out, the wood out of the window, and I jumped inside of the window, and I looked all around. It was nothing but trash piled all the way to the ceiling, so I couldn't get through. So I decided to lay on the ground by the window and put all this trash on me to cover me up, just in case they come, they wouldn't see me. But it had an opening in the window, and when the cops came back there, they looked through the window and saw my knee sticking out and told me to get out the window. And I got out the window, and there was nothing but Jake cops out there, young Jake cops. There probably was like 10 young Jake cops and one sister that was a cop. And she was the one that was the most aggressive. And the Jake cops wanted to let me go because I didn't have my wallet on me. And so they couldn't identify me. But the lady cop, the Jake lady cop, she wanted to lock me up real bad. But they had a list of names that they was talking about. And they asked me what's my social security number. I was like, I'm not giving my social security number. But if my name on that list, I'll go with y'all. And as soon as I said that, I woke up. So I sat back and I meditated on the scriptures, and I came up with some scriptures, and I wanted to present them to you, and hopefully it'll edify the flock or the sheep. And we could be prepared for the persecution that's coming. You know, because when we picked up this cross, and we bearing this cross, and we know that you know, some of us are going to be killed, some of us are going to be put to death, some of us are going to be put in prison. You know, but you know, Yahushua went through it. He was spit on, he was stabbed, he was betrayed. You know, he had to walk through that fire. So what makes us any different? You know, this is what we have to look forward to, bearing that cross. He say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. We're not gonna get into the kingdom without no trials and tribulations. So Matthew 5:10 is the first scripture that I thought about, and it says Matthew 5 verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So this is what we're doing it for, that crown, that incorruptible crown. You know, we come out there on the highways and the byways, and we make ourselves a living sacrifice to attain that incorruptible crown, those incorruptible bodies. You know, it said, "Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteousness' sake." So we blessed, although it's going to be rough, it's going to be tough, and it's going to be hard. Be blessed at the end of the day. And then I came across Revelation 2 verse 10. Revelation 2 verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." And we all know who that devil is. Sleazy E. You know, he said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He's the one that's in control of all the governments, in control of all the policies, and he's really in control of all of man's coming and goings. He said, "The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." That crown of life that I was talking about is that incorruptible crown. And this is what we're doing it for, the crown of life. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. You know, we should welcome the persecution. We should be happy when they put their hands on us, because we know we got the victory. You know, whether we get put down on this side, or we endure to the end until the chariots come, and we get lifted up or caught up, that's a victory. So in all actuality, you know, we in a no lose situation. So call your law, y'all, Bashim al-Shah. And then I came across First Thessalonians 5 verse 3, because in the dream, it was all good when Apostle Tahar was there. The Apostle Tahar was there. It was all good. He was young and vibrant. He had a whole bunch of keys in his hand, and I was happy then. But then it got dark all of a sudden. It just came out of nowhere. It just got dark. So for 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 3. Shalaki, brothers. Here we go. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 3. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So people walking around out here, in the midst of vanity, walking about doing their daily routine, sudden destruction gonna come, and we not gonna be able to stop it. There's nothing we gonna be able to do that's gonna stop this destruction from coming. It's gonna come out of nowhere. But those of us, the prophets, who are set on the walls, and we see the danger coming. So it's not really gonna be out of nowhere for us, because we know, we see it coming. But they all the scriptures that I came up with. And I pray and I hope that the brothers was edified. And as long as we endure to the end, brothers, we gonna get that crown and everlasting life. So shalom.